I had not intended to paint a cow that morning. The plan was to paint a fence. The fence was white, and it had been white for years, which meant it required refreshing. The cow happened to be standing in front of it, in a way that suggested patience and possibly ownership. I fetched the paint anyway. The cow did not move when I approached. This was reassuring. A creature that large, if it intended objection, would likely express it early and with force. Instead, it stood calmly, breathing in a way that implied consent or at least an absence of paperwork. I began at the shoulder. The brush behaved well. The cow was warm, which improved the flow of the paint and gave the process a certain domestic comfort, like painting a radiator that occasionally blinked. I worked carefully around the contours, noting that cows are less flat than fences but more sincere about it. Halfway along the flank, I realized the fence was no longer visible. This was not a problem. The cow, now partially white, had become an acceptable substitute. One paints what is present. A man from the next field leaned over the gate and asked what I was doing. I explained that the fence was nearly finished. He nodded slowly, the way people do when they are learning something new about the world and would prefer not to. The cow shifted its weight. I paused, as one does when a surface suggests it may leave, but it stayed. Professionalism, I thought, is recognizing when a subject understands the importance of stillness. By the time I reached the tail, the cow was entirely painted, except for one ear which I left unpainted for contrast and ventilation. The fence behind it was still unpainted, but this felt less urgent. The cow looked very clean, improved even. When I stepped back to admire the work, the cow turned its head and regarded me with what I took to be approval, or possibly a request for a second coat. It is difficult to say with cows. I washed the brush, put the lid back on the paint, and went inside for lunch. When I returned, the cow had wandered off, taking the fence with it in spirit if not in fact. The fence remains unpainted to this day. The cow, I am told, is still white, except for one ear.